athlete. Athletic. I'm jumping for my dreams. The athlete.
Everyone, welcome to the Athlete Live. We finally got up and running. Craig Harding alongside my partner. We got Joel Tucker coming back for another one. Also, you know this guy, Jose, the coach, Winston Fellas, sectional final game. Everyone knows what's at stake. Joel, what's your quick keys to this game for Bayview taking on Milwaukee, Washington?
Man, I think we got a classic case here of youth versus experience, man. You got a senior and junior laden team on Bayview, and you got some young studs on Washington, man. So I look forward to another great game.
Coach Winston, what's your keys for Bayview in this game?
Well, when talking to Coach Durrell right before the game, he said he had three keys. The first key is turnovers. They want to control turnovers. They don't want to turn the ball over to Washington and allow them to get easy baskets. The second one is boxing out. They want to match Washington on the boards. He believes that they can out-rebound Washington, but he believes that defensively they got to come up with every rebound. And then the last one is tempo. He said they want to play at their tempo. They want to run their step. They want to play at their tempo. And if they do that, he believes that they'll win. The one thing I heard Coach Durrell keep saying is, we are locked in, we are locked in, we are locked in. So they believe that they can beat Washington tonight.
Starting five for Washington goes like this. Michael Foster Jr. is not in the lineup tonight because of an ankle injury. So they go Anthony Trey White, guard. Deontay Long, senior. Here comes Jonte Martin, goes up foul. He's starting Jimmy Brown and then Romaine Blakeland for Milwaukee Bayview. B.J. Hurts, Khalid McCray, Shelton Williams-Dryden, Malcolm Prickett, and Kevin Cook. These two teams met less than a month ago at Bayview for the City Conference. Milwaukee, Washington was winner of that game, but this one is a lot more at stake, fellas, because the winner punches their tickets to Madison earlier today. Nicolay won their sectional final game for a score of 57-44, so they'll be going to Madison. This is the last game for the WIA to make it for Division II boys tonight.
Congratulations to Coach Al Hansen and the Nicolay Knights for punching their ticket earlier, as you said. Happy for Coach Allen and my alma mater, Nicolay.
Also, congratulations to you, a former alumni from Nicolay. So, congratulations to you guys making it to state.
You know, with this game for Washington, although Foster's not in the starting lineup, what happens here is it allows Long and it'll allow Trey to kind of pick up the slack. You know, look for Long to be extremely aggressive early. Coach Freddie said before the game that he wants to pound it inside. He wants to play inside, outside early. So look for them to try to get it inside. Look for them to try to pound it inside.
Trey White was his first game last time these two teams matched up. And also, it was his coming out party. He had 28 points in that first game. Long was big also, three-pointer no good. Martin with the rebound, back up strong.
Something that Bayview got hurt on the first time around, was the offensive boards. They really got to control their defensive boards and do a great job and not give up offensive rebounds and also and ones on those offensive rebounds tonight.
And that surprises me with how hard Bayview attacks the glass. But again, it shows how strong Washington is inside.
Shots up, foul on Washington. Their jerseys are so hard to see with that red. Going to the free throw line is number 10 for Milwaukee Bayview, and that's Keelan McCray.
Keelan McCray averaging 12 points a game, six assists a game.
He's a big-time competitor for Bayview. I had an opportunity to see Bayview play Milwaukee Vincent earlier in the year, and that young man plays with a lot of swagger. He has a lot of heart, and he believes he belongs on the court with Trey and the rest of these guys out here.
Six shots up, off, Long with the rebound.
You can tell Bayview still has some nerves. This is a big moment for all of these guys. You know, the thing about Washington that you can't, beautiful shot by Trey right over the top. The thing about Washington that people got to understand, they've been there. Bayview has not been there yet. Big shot there. So they have that experience. This moment isn't too big for them. So I'm looking to see how Bayview reacts to this moment. But Coach Durrell, man, is an excellent coach. He's done an unbelievable job this year, and I think he's going to have them guys ready. A good start for them could help out big time, but they can't turn it over.
White, tough shot, rebound comes to Bayview. Here comes BJ. BJ pushing the rock up court.
BJ with a beautiful move in transition to get him an easy layup early.
Great atmosphere. It's nice to see this type of atmosphere. We had an opportunity to see the Nicolay atmosphere last game over at Brown Deer High School. I think this facility here at Milwaukee Lutheran is second to none as well. They've treated us well since we've been here so far. Great place to play a game like this.
Absolutely. I was highly impressed with Trey White this last game against Bayview. Being his first game in the city, I know he came up from down south to be his first game back, or be his first game in the city. I believe the kid had 6 dunks in the first half, man. He just came out fearless. So I was impressed with him the first time around, just jumping in the city conference, playing on the road, and playing great. Look for a big game for him tonight.
And I think Jonte Martin is a kid that don't get a lot of credit for Washington, but he does all the little things. He rebounds. He gets assists, man. He dives on the floor. He's their glue guy. Right on point, as we said his name, he committed not the smartest foul on the three-point shot.
Let's see how long Freddie Riley and the Pergolas go without putting Foster in the game. He's a big-time recruit, and especially against a team like Milwaukee Bayview, who they have 3 guys averaging 10 or more rebounds. Foster presence, so that means Jimmy Brown would definitely have to pick up some slack on the rebounding tip and boxing out, because Kevin Cooks, he's a relentless rebounder for Milwaukee Bayview.
Last time out, Foster had an incredible stat line of 24 points, 15 rebounds, and 14 blocks, which is one of the crazier stat lines you'll get a chance to see. I hope he gets a chance to play tonight, big-time game.
This is standing room only in here tonight.
I mean, this is how you like to see it, Jose.
Oh, yeah, this is big time.
I always go back to the glorious days of Vincent Vikings. I think we got spoiled during that time, early or late 90s, early 2000s, were the city conference games where, they were a huge ticket in town. So this is that atmosphere back again.
Substitution for Washington, number 10 comes into the game. That's Trey Valerino.
Trey's an excellent shooter, actually a pretty good player. He can do a lot of things for Washington. I think he helps them out quite a bit with how he can spread the floor and do some things.
I think down the stretch, you look at a guy like Trey comes off the bench. He's by far their best free throw shooter, man, so he'll be big for them down the stretch.
I like to see Long on the block, but when you have a smaller defender, you don't want Long fading away. He could probably just put his body into him and get a much easier shot. That's one of those silly fouls by Bayview. 94 feet away from the basket is number 22 for Bayview, and that's Sheldon Williams-Dryden.
I think an interesting stat that for Bayview right now is that they're 0 for 5 from the free throw line already. And Khalil, I believe, has shot all 5 free throws. So he's going to have to calm his nerves. I've seen a young man shoot before, calm his nerves and just go up there and knock him down.
I know last time these teams played, there was a huge discrepancy from the free throw line. Washington shot about 20 more free throws than Bayview, so that's going to be a key to their game, getting to the free throw line, getting some easy ones. Quick turnover there, trying to first force the ball down there to Foster, get him involved early.
8-5, 13-21 made it here in the first half. Milwaukee, Washington with a 3-point lead.
Just his presence there, as you saw, his length, his presence, his athleticism. Even though the ankle may be hurt, he still changes shots just by staying long and staying tall.
It'll be interesting to watch him early, seeing how he's feeling, seeing how the ankle's feeling, seeing how mobile he is, checking on his lateral quickness, how fast he's getting up and down.
Unbounce. White for the corner three-pointer. Knocks it down. 11-5, and that's one shot. If White gets an open shot like that, he's been money all season long. The short 5 games he played so far with Milwaukee, Washington.
Yeah, Bayview has to settle their nerves down right now. They're taking quick shots. They got to locate where White is. That's his second perimeter shot.
Very nice left-hand finish by Foster. Looks like a big-time move there, a move he can get off playing against anybody.
Knockdown shot right there by Malcolm Prickett.
It'll be, I think when you have ankle injuries, it's more, you really look to see how a person can move laterally, you know. It's less north and south and it's more laterally. And we'll see as the game continues how well Michael is moving laterally.
Jose, I checked his first sprint out when he first checked in the game, and he looked pretty healthy coming down, sprinting to try to get him a layup. So we'll see his intensity on defense.
BJ goes baseline on Trey. Tough pass. Cooks try to handle the ball still. White's in the breakout. They watch out. Down low. Goes up strong with the basket. 17-7. Milwaukee Washington up to a 10-point lead to start this game. Cooks.
Great putback by number 34, Kevin Cooks, leading scorer for Bayview, getting on the board.
I think Bayview is going to have to try to get up and down. They're going to have to speed this pace up a little bit with Washington. You know, I think Freddie, when talking to Freddie, Coach Freddie earlier before the game, the one thing he said is he believes that they are a lot deeper than Bayview. He believes that they can throw more bodies out there. So it'll be interesting to see as this game continues what will be the pace of the game. But Bayview's going to have to knock down free throws. They're 0 for 6 right now.
I believe Jose said they missed 6 free throws, down 7 points. So that tells you how important free throws are.
Nice shot, put up jump shot by Trey, stepped into the shot. Mr. White, 21-9. He was a big factor, Jose, in that first game. I think, Joel, we saw you at that game, too. He was a major difference when they played Bayview that first time, just less than a month ago. Now he's been playing 5 or 6 games with Milwaukee, Washington. Totally changes the face of this team. I think, Jose, you said that he puts everybody in the place now. So, and if Foster, they win this game, they'll get like almost less than a week off to prepare for Madison. But this is one of those games where Mike Foster would be counted on big, but guys like Jimmy Brown will have to step up, Martin, and also some of those guys come off the bench.
Trust me, Mike is 15, 16 years old. His adrenaline will be pumping, man. It's pumping right now. He'll be fine. I think it'll just be trying to get right afterwards, you know, but having a few days off if they're able to win this game will be huge for him.
Rips blocked by White. And Crooker tried to dunk the ball.
Here comes that nastiness that Bayview has. Here comes that nastiness, just pounding that offensive glass.
Timeout on the floor. Milwaukee, Washington with a 10-point lead, 21-13, 9-point lead, 2:05 remaining. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Be on the lookout for more Bobcats, Wisconsin. Bryant and Stratton College's Wauwatosa campus now offers 15 intercollegiate athletic programs, including esports, starting this fall. Competing in the NJCAA Division II level gives Bryant and Stratton College the opportunity to offer scholarships to student athletes. Learn more about Bobcats athletics at bscbobcats.com. Bryant and Stratton College, opportunities start here.
All right, welcome back to the Athlete Live here for the WIAA sectional final game between Milwaukee Bayview taking on Milwaukee, Washington here at Milwaukee Lutheran High School. Washington with a 9-point lead, 21-13, 9:58 remaining here in the first half.
Bayview coming out showing a little moderate half-court pressure.
Ooh, Romaine Blakely can't make it. Foster back up with the two-hand slam. Ankle looked pretty good to me.
Ankle looks real good.
Nice offensive rebound for Mike Foster. Nice drop step dunk.
Block.
Big time block for Deontay Long. Watching Deontay Long, he seems to be a jack of all trades, man. He's looks to be a point forward, does a little bit of the bringing the ball up, assists the ball, rebounds the ball, scores the ball. Had a real good game against Bayview last time they played.
Cook with the two-point basket, 23-15.
When you look at that, Bayview's doing a lot of their scoring on the offensive glass and in transition, so I see that being a key to them staying in this game.
Washington working the ball around. Foster thought about a three. Long, top of the key. White's going to get him in some more offense.
You know, Bayview had to stop gambling defensively. That's probably the third or fourth time I've seen them try to gamble around the post. They're going to have to probably try to chest up and force these guys into difficult turnarounds. Craig, I laugh at that out-of-bounds play simply because they absolutely killed Tosa West with that same out-of-bounds play. Long just getting in there, using that girth, sealing, catching it, and being able to finish. This time he wasn't able to finish. But Bayview should feel lucky that the game is still this close because they have missed 6 free throws. They just haven't played well yet.
8:30 remaining here in the first half. 23-15 Milwaukee Washington, as you see on the score tape on the screen, with an 8-point lead.
I'm looking at an interesting matchup early. You got 5'9", BJ guarding 6'4", Trey White. They're seeing Trey White a lot in the post, trying to see what he can do, but that's an interesting matchup.
And Freddie said they're going to pound him in the post. He said their game plan is to come out and start inside out. He said, so you'll see a lot of Foster down there. You'll see Jimmy down there. You'll see Long down there. And you'll see Trey down there if they have a smaller player on him as well.
Like Jose said, you want to, terminology in basketball we use is called staying solid. You just want to stay solid on defense. Another terminology we use is, going to Vegas for steals. The ball's getting entered in the post. You want to stay solid, play solid D, and see what you come up with.
Foul, Milwaukee, Washington. Number 22 would go, Sheldon Williams-Dryden would go to the free throw line shooting 2. Jose, did you know the score earlier? I didn't catch the score for Sussex Hamilton. Did they get that victory?
Brookfield Central scored
off.
Brookfield Central pulled it off, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Patrick Baldwin had a great game. But Brookfield just played really well. I believe it went into overtime, and those guys played really well. That's a testament to their program, testament to their head coach. They went through obviously some trials and tribulations with the loss of their starting point guard, all-state point guard, and to still be able to beat a team like Sussex Hamilton and a team like the other Brookfield team as well, to get upstate is huge.
Quick turnover by Washington. Another 2 points for Bayview in transition. Speaking of Sussex Hamilton, saw Coach Baldwin and his son in the building. It's great to see everyone coming out to see a great basketball game tonight. Great support for the basketball community right now.
This almost has the feel of the Mark Miller shootout. They have three-pointer shot by Trey, no good. Rebound by Bayview, but the gym is almost like Concordia in a sense. Tough shot, draw the foul.
The question is, can we finish at that free throw line? Can we make free throws? Already, very important, like Jose said, making these free throws. They're getting to the line, they're getting opportunities, and when we look back at the end of the game, these free throws, this free throw percentage will be very important.
Right now they're 2 for 8. 2 for 8, down 5 points. They're right where they want to be.
First free throws up. That's good. 23-19. Substitution for Milwaukee Washington. 23 comes in the game. Senior John Tate Martin also into the game for Milwaukee Washington. Number 0 Jamarcus McCowan.
And sometimes when good shooters are missing free throws earlier in the game, that means they just got to settle their nerves down. They got to see that ball go through the hoop, just like Khalil just did, settle his nerves down. Now I think you'll see him being a lot more aggressive.
And what you need, Jose, is you need a leader to go up there and knock 2 free throws down. Get the team feeling confident from the line, and once that lid's off the basket at the free throw line, I think it gives the other guys some confidence.
McCollum goes to the basket, drops off to Ramon Blakely. He's fouled. He'll be going to the line shooting 2.
You got to understand your scouting report too. Right now, if I'm looking on the floor, I'm not going to. The one guy I don't want to leave right now because he's made a couple shots is Trey. The other guys, I'll give them a step or 2 so that they can't blow past me and try to body up and keep them in front of me until they prove that they're going to knock down a couple shots.
First shot's up. Good. 24-20 Milwaukee, Washington, 4-point lead.
Jose and Craig, I just want to touch on something real quick. I think Milwaukee gets a ton of bad press for a lot of obvious reasons, but I think one of the great strengths of Milwaukee is the basketball community. Coming to these games, you get a chance to see a lot of the guys you came up with and played with. And I just want to shout out the basketball community overall, man. Been really, really strong in my life. And just a positive thing for Milwaukee for sure.
Most definitely. I totally agree with you. I mean, I work down south doing some TV work, and football brings the South community together, but especially up here up north in Wisconsin, Indiana, Chicago, Illinois. Basketball unites, you want to say, the Midwest like no other sport, especially in the city. We are Packer fan nation statewide or Brewer fan, but high school basketball, especially in the city of Milwaukee, has had a long, great tradition of bringing folks together and giving us opportunity to see great young talent blossom. Like you said, you see guys who play high school, went on to play college basketball or overseas, and they come back to high school games and watch this type of environment.
Absolutely. Just a lot of guys from Milwaukee that love the game. I think Milwaukee is famous for guys that just play forever, man. Guys just love the game in Milwaukee, and that's something we're known for.
Good pass. Prickett goes up, backs down the basket. Malcolm Prickett for 2. 25-22, Milwaukee, Washington up 3.
Here we go, guys. We're talking that Bayview is 2 for 8 from the free throw line, right? I'm sorry, 4 for 10 from the free throw line. Guess what? They're down 3 points. So they're right where they want to be. And here's the deal. Let me ask you this question, Joa. If this is a close game late, who's the pressure on?
I believe the pressure's on Washington. I think Washington is a team. I think when you look at this game, you look at Bayview as underdog. I think Washington, just like Nicolay, they have lofty expectations. I think at the beginning of the year, I think this team is thinking state championship. So when you come to a game, this is a game to go upstate. All the pressure's on Washington, so it'll be interesting to see as the game comes to a close, as the game gets close, how guys are reacting, as the game gets close, how guys are reacting out there.
Trey White hits the 3, and that's a great question, Jose. I like that question you asked. Washington in transition. Foster thought about 3. We'll take the 3, knock it down. We might want to get a timeout, baby, but Coach saying keep going. 31-22, Milwaukee, Washington with a 9-point lead. The pressure is definitely on Milwaukee, Washington from the standpoint. Nicolay already won.
Right.
So they're there now. These two teams have been in a race all season long. 3-pointer by BJ, off the glass, save, goes to Washington. Foster's outlet. Tough pass goes to White. Milwaukee, Washington breaks up to a double-digit lead, 33-22.
Yeah.
But
if you may want to get
these two teams
at some point. Sorry, Craig.
I mean, as we just talked about, Jose said it was just a 5-point game, and 2 seconds later you look up, it's already an 11-point game. So this is a very important time for Bayview right now. I look forward to the coach calling a timeout here very soon.
And right on cue, Joe. Timeout, Bayview, or Milwaukee, Washington. 33-22, 4:48 here remaining in the first half. Milwaukee, Washington with an 11-point lead. You're listening and watching to The Athlete Live. This game is sponsored by 9720 Premier Club in Milwaukee. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Be on the lookout for more Bobcats, Wisconsin. Bryant and Stratton College's Wauwatosa campus now offers 15 intercollegiate athletic programs, including esports, starting this fall. Competing in the NJCAA Division II level gives Bryant and Stratton College the opportunity to offer scholarships to student athletes. Learn more about Bobcats athletics at bscbobcats.com. Bryant and Stratton College, opportunities start here.
Is MA still in it, MATC?
There's a look right there in the Washington huddle. You see Freddie Wiley talking to his team with that intensity. He knows what's on the line here, a trip to Madison for a third consecutive year, which would be big for the program, big for the city if Milwaukee Washington can get this win. A lot of time remaining here in this game. 4:48 in the first half, 33-22, Milwaukee Washington on top.
I'll tell you what, Craig, I haven't seen any rust on Michael Foster Jr. He's come out look pretty good. He's knocked down his first jump shot. He's got himself a dunk, so hopefully he can keep this up, and I'm glad to see him out here tonight.
That's what I want to see. If Jimmy Brown can give them some enforcement down low, some 6 to 8 points of all inside paint, that just makes this team harder to guard because, especially when we get to Madison, that floor is going to be big. He's going to have, if they can make past this game, he'll have more room to operate.
Missed Foster down the middle for what would have been an easy dunk for him.
Layup by BJ.
Very nice finish. BJ played well the last time they played. I believe he was 4 for 7 from the three-point line, had him about 15 or 16 points. So I look forward to him playing well.
White sees Foster. Foster on the block, goes up, can't make the shot. Big Jimmy brings it back in for 2.
Again, we talked about the offensive glass. Washington is just making a living on the offensive glass, getting easy putbacks.
Tough shot right there.
Yeah, they need Khalil to be it. They need him to make some better decisions offensively. Right now, his shot's not falling. Big shot by Trey. Right now, his shot's not falling. It's going to be important for him to be able to make some other plays.
BJ with a great Euro step to finish for a tough 2 for Bayview.
35-26, Washington up, 3:30 remaining here in the first half. Long kicks it to Trey. Trey finds White at the top. Going to the middle. He sees a great pass to Long, three-point play and one.
Bayview looks a little out of sorts on defense. I'm looking at Michael Foster Jr. He's standing on the perimeter wide open, and then they give up a wide open layup to Deontay Long. Bayview's got to get their act together on defense, or this one will be over quick.
I want to send a shout out to our director, Andre Hicks, for giving you guys the score real time right there. 38-26, Milwaukee Washington up.
Andre Hicks, alumni of Washington High School. So that's why he's flashing that score right now. They tend to be up. These guys are crazy over here, man. You know, I got an interesting question for you, Craig. Since we have no bias in this whole situation, right? Neither one of our teams are still playing. Who wins between, if Nicolay happens, and I'm sure the whole state wants that to happen against Washington. I wonder is there a wager between Joa and Hicks over here?
There hasn't been a wager set just yet, but if Washington is fortunate enough to punch their ticket to the state tournament, there will be a wager offered. I've already got one on the table to a few of my Washington buddies. My guy Marlon, I saw him. He was woofing early on, and I told him, well, you know, hopefully our guys will meet upstate. Let's put a little something on the table, something friendly.
If you're big on social media the last couple of days, one of my guys I love, and I'm pretty sure everybody here at this table love him, Brandon Joseph had his money on Bayview a couple days ago, saying that Bayview was going to win state. So I love Brandon Joseph, former coach of Destiny Division, state champion Coach Joseph. Took a year off this year at Carmen High School. But, yeah, Brandon Joseph is a Bayview Red Cat to the heart. But the fact that he said his team was going to beat, that means he'll beat Washington and then go ahead and beat Nicolay. I love Bayview, but I'm not sure they have that sort of talent to pull off that type of upsets.
You know, there's a thing called foolish pride. I love B. Joe. I saw him tonight this evening. And if you know B. Joe was probably 40 feet away from me. I couldn't see him, but I can hear him.
Long goes up, misses this, and this is what he did last time, gets his own rebound. We've seen the evolution of Deontay Long. Last year he was perimeter. He's doing most of his damage this year inside the paint. Tough foul right there by Foster.
Bayview can't score right now. You know, they gotta get some easy buckets. They're gonna have to push that ball a little bit more. Their guy, Khalil, he has to settle down a little bit. You know, he hasn't been able to get to the basket, and Washington has done an excellent job on him, forcing him into tough shots. So if he can settle down, you know, Bayview, they play hard. They take on their coach's mentality. They're gonna come out fighting this next half, but they got to try to close this lead a little bit.
Another missed free throw for Bayview, really costing them at the free throw line.
.150 remaining here in the first half. 42-27, Milwaukee Washington on top against Milwaukee Bayview. You're watching the Athlete Live, the WIA sectional final game with a trip to Madison on the line for whoever wins this game.
Washington going into something like a four corners to close this half out. About 90 seconds left. Trey Young, a beautiful left-hand drive, reverse layup.
Great move by Trey White.
Trey White, excuse me.
44-27, 114 remaining here in the first half. Saved by Blakely.
Jose, looking at this game right now, I see everything that Bayview is getting. They're getting one shot, and every look they're getting is a tough look. Washington seems to be a little more poised. With them even having a younger team, they seem to be a little more poised than Bayview right now.
I agree with you. It seems like Bayview, and again, we talk about the moment all the time. You can't let the moment become too big, but right now it seems as though Bayview is playing the moment, and Washington is playing the game. And that's why you see them maybe missing layups, or you see them maybe missing shots that they usually don't miss. And they're going to have to get away from that. There's still a lot of ball game left. They just got to get into a rhythm.
Jose, with this last 90 seconds, does this offense remind you of anything out here?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Jose got some halftime duties to go to, but Milwaukee Washington, turnover right there. Layup by Simmons. He makes it in. Washington takes
Was that on time, Craig? That's the question. Did he get that in on time?
15-point lead as this first half comes to an end. Milwaukee Washington up 44-29. First half action. Our very own Jose Winston is going to catch Coach Freddie Riley to talk to him about what he's seen in that first half. Coach Winston, what you got for us?
Yes.
Good to see you. You all right?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
First half, Freddie, you guys are playing tremendous basketball right now. Can you talk a little bit about the job that you guys have done on the perimeter against a big stud, McCray, a little bit, what the guys have done?
Well, we know he likes to do a lot of ISO plays. That's how he does it, the most of his damage, getting ISO, get downhill, getting the guy on the heels of their feet and create opportunities for himself. So we try to get up in crowded space a little bit, force him to the side a little bit, take away a couple of options. We don't want him to just have options of freelance and go whichever way he wants, whichever way he please. So we try to get up and dictate a little bit, make sure we got a little help in position, and it's kind of been working this first half for us.
Next question for you, Freddie. I don't think these guys get enough credit, but talk a little bit about your glue guys, the guys other than your big three. These guys have been tremendous tonight on the offensive boards, getting the 50-50 balls, playing great defense on the perimeter. Talk a little bit about those guys.
Well, all season long, as you watch it, the preseason, non-conference, we shuffle lineup a lot. And it didn't work for us early, but that's okay because that's what that stuff is for. You schedule big-time games, big-time competition, and then you work your guys in, your young guys. You work your guys in, try to figure out the rotations and stuff like that. So we used to playing with different lineups. We used to that, so that's not nothing new to us. We just want to be effective with the lineups that we have.
And last question, any adjustments going in at halftime that you feel you guys got to make in order to be successful and get back to trying to claim that gold ball?
Well, I'll tell you this, Jose, man. The 3 key points that I gave you at the beginning game is the key points that I gave you the first time we played Bayview, the second time we playing them right now. We locking into those 3 key points. We know that those are the keys that make their team go. So we got to cover them 3s, stop transition, and take their posts out of the game. We do those 3 things, we'll be fine. So we got to continue to do those things effectively in the second half and continue to score effectively for us in the second half as well.
Thank you, Freddie. Good luck in the second half, brother.
All right, Coach Winston, thank you so much for that, Freddie Riley. So Milwaukee, Washington has a 44-29-point lead here in the first half of the WIA sectional final game. We're going to go to our commercial break. We're going to have our story of the Bryan and Stratton story, and we'll be back for the second half of the WIA sectional final game.
Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams. The athlete.
Bryan and Stratton men's basketball program is in its 3rd year of basketball existence, and by far, this is their most successful season to date. We caught up with a couple of their players and local superstar Justin Brookins and coach to chop it up about this year.
My freshman year, we weren't really like that good, but we had a lot of talent, so it's real nice to experience that with my 3rd year team. So it's been kind of good. Milwaukee don't have that opportunity for kids to get scholarships, but now they have JUCO kids. Well, JUCO, like 2 JUCOs they can get in, so they can have somewhere to go, play, family, and it's in the city of Milwaukee, so they can have somewhere to play where they family at.
Coach knew coming in we had a lot of good talent. Our goal was to make it far in playoffs, headed to nationals. The rank is just a part of it. Like, we beat pretty good teams, you expect to get ranked, and I'm glad we finally got ranked, I think 18th, at the end of the season.
Justin is our leader. He's, like you said, an extension of the coaching staff on the court. He was a kid that I had been recruiting now for 2-3 years and tried to get to some of my other schools. And so when I got this job, I knew I really wanted him here. And the day he said yes, that gave me a little confidence we'd be better, because I knew what Justin could do on the floor.
Coach has a lot of confidence in me. He trusts me. I really appreciate that, because it's a good thing. My teammates trust me. They have the ball in my hands, so it's everything. It's everybody. It's a collective group effort. Because they wouldn't, without my teammates, they wouldn't give me the ball, or they wouldn't just trust me, just doing things, stuff of that nature. It just feels real good.
Do it all pretty much. He can pass, he can shoot, he can drive. That just helps us. He gets to the hoop, people start collapsing on him, he can kick it out. Vice versa too. We drive, he can kick. We kick it out to him, he can knock it down.
I think it's a great opportunity for kids in this state to raise their level of recruitment. Typically, junior college basketball is reserved just if you don't have the grades. We want to be a lot different than that. Wisconsin is really unique in there's only 1 Division II school, and there's 4 Division I programs, but 2 of those are at a high major level. So there's a lot of talented kids in our state, in our area, that don't get recruited at the scholarship level that maybe they would if they were from a different state. And I view us as kind of being a bridge for some of those talented kids that really deserve scholarship offers at the 4-year level but didn't get them. And that's really kind of what our goal and our mission is.
Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams. The athlete.
All right, welcome back to the Athlete Live here in the second half. Sorry about that first half. Internet's going in and out. We should be good now for the second half. Milwaukee, Washington up 44-29. Quick, fellas. First half, what'd you like about Joel? What'd you like about Bayview in that first half? You know they're down 16 points.
I mean, I like that they got some easy ones in transition. I think that's the key to their second half. Although they came right out and gave up a quick, easy layup, I think they got to be really attentive to their defensive glass and really try to slow Washington down on that defensive glass.
Jose, Washington, obviously, Washington didn't start, but he looked kind of good as the game went on in that first half.
Yeah, it looks like he's healthy. Obviously, Coach Riley is starting him right now in the second half. We saw him get an explosive dunk early in the first half as soon as he got in there. So look for Foster to finish this whole game.
All right, and there we go. We get back to the action. White on the fast break. Two-hand slam. And that goes down. And Milwaukee, Washington up 19 points, 48-29. Light. Sean. Light.
I'm concerned about Bayview body language right now. It's scary if they don't change their body language and they don't start to believe that they can get back into this game can get ugly, and it is going to get ugly quick. Because right now Washington came out in the second half and they came out like they want to take Bayview's heart.
Jose and I talked about at the break. It's really key these first, being down 13, 14 points at the half. It's really key that they come out and put something down and get back into the game. And they've given up a quick 4 points, which is I'm sure was not what Coach Riley was looking for.
I want to apologize to the followers and people who are watching us live. Anytime you go to any school, there's always some internet issues. We got things worked out here for the second half. First half was in and out. Second half should be all good. But thank you for sticking with us and watching this WIA sectional game here at Milwaukee Lutheran between Milwaukee, Washington taking on Milwaukee Bayview. Washington's up 48-29, 17:08 remaining here in the second half.
As a basketball fan, just in general, you really want to see Bayview get back into this game and make this a game, not only for them, but also, Washington wants to get a close game and get their feelings going forward.
It's just a couple possessions away. Obviously, just chip at this lead. Don't try to get it back in one possession. Keep them shooting long, contested outside shots. But Bayview's going to have to get in there and score a couple buckets in the post. Offensive rebound, good. Get to that free throw line, knock down some shots. It's a long, long game left with 16 minutes and 40 seconds left. So they just got to continue to chip. Hopefully get this lead down to about 10 with about 6 minutes or so left. They'll be in the game.
Definitely a long game, but when you go off of that last time these two teams made, that game was close from the start to the finish. It was some heroic hit play by Trey White to keep Washington in that game because Bayview was playing marvelous at home. I'm not sure what's the difference this second time around. Washington now is more of a cohesive unit, having Trey White played several games with them. And I think now, since, Jose, you said the pressure is on Washington, they want to go back to Madison.
Absolutely. They're on a mission. And that's the statement that Coach Freddie kept continuing to harp on. We're on a mission, we're on a mission, we're on a mission. And they're in our path. They're just another team in our way to reach our goal.
I think the last time around, Bayview was at home. Bayview, the house that Larry House built, man. So I know they had a great home court advantage. They had great fans there, great fanfare last time around. So playing on this neutral site makes things a little different.
Good move right there by BJ to draw the foul. He'll go to the line shooting two. 48-31, 16 minutes remaining here in the second half of this game. Like you said, a lot of time left, but at some point in time, do you break it down in the next 4 minutes? You want to get it, closer to 12 to 10 in the next 4 minutes, and just break it down in 3 to 4 minute span and not try to play hero ball to get a 17-point lead in one possession.
You just keep chipping. You keep chipping, you keep chipping, you keep chipping. The game of basketball is a game of runs. It doesn't matter what level you're on. Each team is going to make a run. So Bayview, Washington made their run right before the first half ended. Bayview's going to make a run here in the second half. So Washington's going to have to be prepared for it.
Jose, again, what you said, man, I'm looking at Bayview's body language, and I'm watching a young man who wouldn't slap his teammate high five, and I'm really dumbfounded by that. I'm really confused. In a game of this magnitude, man, a game this big, for you to be worked about, I think very, very selfish of the young man.
Ball on the floor. Both team players are on the floor for a loose ball. Ball will stay with Milwaukee, go to Milwaukee, Washington.
And those are all the little things, regardless of how angry you might be, regardless if you're angry at coach or you're disappointed in yourself. At this point in this season, there's no room for selfishness, especially when you just, you know, when your same teammate that just tried to slap you 5, you just turn the ball over and he hustled back to stop them from scoring. So, you know, they got to change their body language, some of them, and they got to understand they got to continue to be selfless like they've been all season long. There's no I in Bayview. You know, they're a team, and that's what's made them successful this year. So they're going to have to get back to playing that way.
Long working at the top. Prickett's on him. Fires to White. White topping for 3-pointers. Up. No good. Rebound comes to Red Cats.
Bayview coming down in transition. Something I'm noticing this half and really all the game, I see Washington's size really causing Bayview a problem down there in the paint. Their size and athleticism really causing them a problem.
And Bayview has gotten now, that's 4 stops in a row they've gotten, so they're capable of getting some stops. Washington has settled for 4 long jump shots in a row. So, you know, if he can go up, he knocked down a couple free throws there. They're chipping. It's getting closer.
A lot of game left this evening.
First shot's off by Cooks.
But Bayview's going to have to finish those bunnies. You know, they're going to have to stop kind of floating away from Foster and those guys and try to go through them and try to finish it.
Second shot, good.
And what I wasn't paying attention to, Craig, is, you know, when I look up on that board, that's the 3rd foul on Long. So one more foul on Long, and he has to go sit for an extended period of time. That drastically helps Bayview out.
This is almost like deja vu of that last game. Long couldn't get the basket to drop, but he made a lot of his baskets getting second chance opportunities for the Pearl Golders.
Jose, I'm gonna pose this question to you being a coach. With Deontay Long having 3 fouls, where do you look to especially attack him on the defensive end with him being so crucial to Washington's game plan?
It depends on who you're attacking them with. You know, you don't want to put certain players in positions to where they can't be successful, right? But that's very close to being an intentional foul there. So it depends. What I would probably do, I would put it in Khalil hands, McCray hand, and I would put Long guy in a high screening role to force him to either have to switch or give hard help, and have him. If he gives hard help, then the roller guy will either be open or the guy flashing up will be open. But you got to get him in some type of offensive stuff. I wouldn't necessarily go one-on-one with the guy that he's guarding, because he's not guarding a guy that's in his game, so to say.
Spoken like a true coach. Jose, I love to coach from my couch, and I just say when a kid like that gets 3 fouls, you just run one-on-one plays right at him. But obviously that's why I'm not a coach. But, you know, obviously you mess the rhythm up with the team. But I always interested to hear a coach's perspective.
Tough shot right there.
Well, with as much money you make is sitting on the couch, man, you know what? Don't come into the – you're making the right moves.
Hey, shout out my wife, man. I told her I think I want to get into coaching. She wasn't too thrilled about that by any means.
But I think you'll be an excellent coach, no doubt about that. Your IQ and everything you've done, all the success you've had, any of the young men that get the opportunity to actually play for you, it will be a blessing. That's the 6th straight stop by Bayview. You look at the score right now. It's 50-36. They're starting to finish layups. They're starting to finish free throws. They're starting to believe defensively. And guess what? Out of those 6 possessions, out of those 8 possessions, I should say, Washington has shot 6 long jump shots. Jump shots that they were hitting in the first half, they are now not hitting in the second half. This is a big shot here. He just can't.
Shots off.
Oh.
Silly foul right there by number 10 for Bayview, Keely McCray.
Jose, you look at a kid like D10. I'm asking around the city, asking does he have any offers. I know this guy is a Division I talent. What do you think are some of the keys to this guy getting into a Division I program or playing at the next level?
Well, obviously, everyone knows the trials and tribulations that he's been through. The thing I look at DT right now, for him, it's just about getting himself in better shape. You know, I think the biggest thing that people will ask about him, the question marks. What does he do off the court? I think he's learned, though. If you look at his demeanor, you look at the way he carries himself, you look at the way he treats his teammates, I think he got an opportunity, man, to definitely play at a Division I school. But I think with some of those character issues, it's going to take him to have to prove those people right. Wrong.
Missed dunk there by Prickett, rebound by Cook. Can't get it to fall. Ball will go to Milwaukee, Washington.
Big time missed layup by number 22 for Bayview. That would have been a huge bucket for them to maybe get them down back down by 10. Got to finish those buckets.
Timeout on the floor. Milwaukee, Washington, 50-38. Washington up with 13 remaining here in the second half. You're watching and listening to The Athlete Live. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Be on the lookout for more Bobcats, Wisconsin. Bryant and Stratton College's Wauwatosa campus now offers 15 intercollegiate athletic programs, including esports, starting this fall. Competing in the NJCAA Division II level gives Bryant and Stratton College the opportunity to offer scholarships to student athletes. Learn more about Bobcats athletics at bscbobcats.com. Bryant and Stratton College, opportunities start here.
Get out of control.
And that's a foul depending on the opponent they're playing up in Madison.
Without question.
That flagrant foul will be called, I guarantee you that.
Without question.
Welcome back to Athlete Live. You're right there. You're looking inside the Bayview huddle as Bayview's trying to get back in this game. Down 50-38, 13 minutes left here in the second half. A lot of time on the clock, and they're chipping away at that lead. But you got to make free throws, and you got to get the easy basket. Prickett had the the left hand dunk, missed it. Every point counts right now in the second half. You're playing, your season is on the line basically right now.
Just go finish. Just go get the layup, go finish. But I've been really impressed with defensively the stops that they've gotten. Washington got to get back to getting that ball in the paint and scoring.
I think this three-quarter court pressure that Bayview has come out in has slowed them down and thrown a little wrinkle at Washington. Interested to see how Washington handles this in the second half.
Washington's going to go to spread that floor a little bit, maybe go into a little stall.
Go ahead. It looks like Washington is stalling, but only because Bayview's in a zone, looks like. But this has kind of got these guys in trouble last year in the state championship game. They tried to kill the clock way too early instead of continue running their offense and scoring when they can.
And got them in trouble in the Tulsa West game as well, because it kind of takes you out of it. When you're stalling, you have to practice this stuff. You have to actually have personnel that understand how to run it and when to run it and what to get out of it.
A stall is a very slippery slope, Jose. Like you said, it kills the aggressiveness, it kills the rhythm of the team, so it's important, like you said, that you have guys out there that know what you're looking for. So it'll be interesting to see the looks that Washington gets out of that stall. Obviously, Michael Foster Jr. just got a nice, easy layup down there, very close to the basket, what we call a no-footer. So it'll be interesting to see the looks that they get.
Going out of bounds. White, top for the three. Foster, three, no good. Long with the rebound. Easy basket for Deontay Long, making it 54-38.
Too easy of a basket, if you ask me.
Long rebound. Here comes White. White to Long. Long going up. He'll go to the line, shoot. Foul will go on BJ.
Just being a homer, you see DT going to the line, man. I wish this kid the best. I don't know his personal situation, but I hope he gets everything together and is able to get into a college and play some basketball. He's got a lot of talent.
And it's just funny. This was just a year ago. he was in conversation as being the top 2 player in the state, along with the guy at Kentucky, Tyler Hero. To me, those were the 2 most explosive players in the state that we had last year that you couldn't stop. Obviously, we all know the story with Long and not coming, still rounding his way into shape, but he was so much more explosive. So now he had this off this summer as he hopefully look forward to a bright college future wherever he ends up going. But I think his freshman year, that's wherever school gets him, he'll be in better shape to play once November and October runs around for college basketball.
Absolutely. You look at a guy who obviously looks like he struggled with his shape just a little bit, still led Washington scoring this year. I looked at the stats today, and it's just amazing to see a guy when you got a kid like Michael Foster Jr. on the team and a guy like Deontay Long still led the team in scoring. Obviously, he can be in better shape, but he's showing that he can still get it done.
You know, some guys are blessed, man. Some guys are natural basketball players, you know, and they can step on whether they're out of shape or in shape. They can step on, and they got a gift of putting that ball through the hoop. And he's one of those kids. I like to think about Long in this way. His story is similar to Karan Butler's story. And as I saw Karan when I was in Colorado, I said this to him. I said, you know, I hope he sees your story and understands that his future is still extremely bright. You know, so I think I think he's on the right path, and I'm cheering for him. I'm cheering for him. I'm praying for him, and I think it'll work out for him. I'm hoping it'll work out for him.
As we're talking about him here, he's really kind of dominating this second half, getting some easy putbacks, really getting to the line. But I think it's something key that, you know, when you do this and you play this game for a long time, I think you look at the type of things he's going to look at, and it's really key to have a great circle around him. I think a great circle is really underestimated. The people that you're around and what they're doing, that affects who you are. So I hope that he has a great circle around him.
And as we look at this game right now, Milwaukee, Washington with an 18-point lead, 58-40, 10-22 remaining here in the second half. This game has a different feel than when the first time they played. At no point in that first game did I feel either team had an advantage or had a grasp with the game. From start to finish, Washington has controlled this game from start to finish. At no, you know, Bayview made a couple runs, but Washington kept it between 8 and right now it's at 18 the whole game. 3-point basket by McCray, timeout on the floor. Bayview, full timeout on the floor. 58-43, Milwaukee, Washington up. 10 minutes left. You're listening and watching to The Athlete Live.
Be on the lookout for more Bobcats, Wisconsin. Bryant and Stratton College's Wiaa campus now offers 15 intercollegiate athletic programs, including esports, starting this fall. Competing in the NJCAA Division II level gives Bryant and Stratton College the opportunity to offer scholarships to student athletes. Learn more about Bobcats athletics at bscbobcats.com. Bryant and Stratton College, opportunities start here.
There, you're taking a look at Washington huddles. There's Freddie Wright talking to his team, probably telling his team to keep up the good work. Don't let up right now. We're 10 minutes away from reaching our goal, and that's making it back to Madison. As you talk to coach and everyone around the Washington staff, they feel like they have some unfinished business to attend to once they get back to Madison. Coming up a little bit short last year in the championship game, losing to Kakana, who actually lost tonight to Nicolay. So 10 minutes left. Just got some news that MATC has won their regional game. So they're in the national JUCO tournament, big tournament. So congratulations to everyone at MATC. Don't have a score for you for the Bryant and Stratton. Long for long three, short. But congratulations to the coaching staff at MATC. Both junior colleges this year in the city of Milwaukee have fantastic seasons as they represented the junior college circuit well from the Milwaukee area.
Shout out to those guys, man. I think it's a very interesting lane to get these junior colleges within Milwaukee, man. I think in the past, to get to junior college, to have an avenue to play some basketball, you had to go out of the city. So shout out to these guys and having these junior colleges right here in the city for guys to continue their basketball careers after high school.
And it's exciting. Craig and I, along with Bree Love, had an opportunity to commentate the MATC Bryant and Stratton game. And it was an electric atmosphere to see them two schools going at it, to see both of those schools ranked. It was awesome. It was awesome. And it gives other young men here an opportunity to go play and to go play for nationally ranked schools here in the city. It's big time. It says a lot about the city of Milwaukee and the state of Wisconsin and the basketball that's played here.
2 swishes for BJ from the free throw line. Still chipping away. 13-point game, 9:30 to go.
This is a crucial point of the time. It's just because, as we say, Washington may go on a stall. The offense is flowing right now, but let's see if they go on a stall for the rest of the game, or they can continue to at least run it off at least to the 3 to 4 minute mark of this game.
And remember, Craig, the thing that we saw with Washington down the stretch with Tulsa West, and that could have just been an off night, that they didn't make a lot of free throws down the stretch, and that gave Tulsa an opportunity to get back in the game.
Just looking at seeing BJ subbed out of the game, big time for Bayview. Looks like BJ Hintz has 4 fouls early, man, so that'll be a key to Bayview. He's been scoring pretty well in the second half. I was concerned to see him coming out of the game, but I see he has 4 fouls.
Ball goes out of bounds, stays with Milwaukee, Washington. Martin with inbound the ball. Trey to the corner, thought about the 3. Foster back up top. At some point in time, if you're Bayview, do you come out of this zone or do you match up? Or I mean,
I think they're going to match up here, but you're going to have to. If I was Freddie, you know, with the guys that could break down.
I mean, as a big-time basketball fan, you just look at this and you see, right now you see a coaching battle. You see contrast of 2 styles.
Boom. That's what it's set up to do. That's what it's set up to do, Joy. You got to scramble and guard us now. So now you start gambling, guess what happens? Boom, I get into that paint like Long did. You drop that off to Foster and you dunk it. Hey, you got to pick up full court right now and not let them settle into that stall.
Long thought about the 3, tried to pass it back to White. White smartly brings it back out. Bayview picks up man-to-man now. Long, basket. Tough layup by Long as he finishes through the contact.
I think here you're just going to see Washington, Bayview's going to have to pick their poison. They're going to either press up and either get blown by, or they're going to stay and kind of sit back and not be able to get back into this game.
I must admit, after we seen Washington less than a week ago, last Saturday, this team seems way more focused, Coach Winston, than they did last week. On the defense, they're paying attention to details. One shot. I mean, you're playing the best offensive rebounding team in the state, but they're doing a great job of keeping those guys off the boards for the majority of the night.
Absolutely, I agree with you. The focus seems to be there. The intensity seems to be there. The desire to play seems to be there.
I'll tell you something, looking out here on the court, I can really see the experience from Deontay Long. He looks like he's a kid that's been here before. He doesn't look shook. He doesn't look rushed. He doesn't look troubled. He seems to be out here at his own pace, just kind of doing his own thing, kind of controlling the tempo of the game. Like I said, he plays an interesting position, obviously kind of playing that point forward. He's kind of playing 1 through 5. He can do it all from the inside, from the outside. So just interesting to see that experience shine through.
And last time these two teams played, Washington gave up 80-something points to this team. So from a defensive standpoint, Coach Riley and his staff have to be happy with the defense execution that this team is going out there, what the Pro Goers are showing right now.
But I want you guys to trust me on this. Bayview right now is right where they need to be. If they can get this ball game within 10 points by the 5-minute mark or the 4-minute mark and get up and get some pressure on them, they got an opportunity. They got an opportunity.
Ball on the bounce.
Stay
with Bayview.
Just as Jose says that they get a turnover in transition. Get the ball down 13 here. Let's see what they can do.
But they're going to have to be able to finish.
I hate to beat a dead horse tonight, but you look at the score down 13, and I don't know the exact stats, but I can tell you I'm sure Bayview missed probably 10 free throws tonight.
And probably about 15 layups. But here we go. Game of runs, fellas.
Good pass by Martin to Long. Ooh, White was met at the rim.
This is how bad. This is what and again, I didn't get a chance to go to the first Bayview game, but that possession there defensively is my vision of what I thought Bayview would be like.
Right.
You know, I thought they would be up, they would be pressuring. Yeah, Washington may break that pressure a couple of times. They're gonna challenge them at the rim. You know, I think they've played kind of lax tonight. Maybe the moment is a little bit too big. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you saw that more than me. They just got a dumb technical there by Washington. It's a long game, man.
Technical foul on Deontay Long.
That's his 4th foul, too, Joe.
Very, very interesting. I did get a chance to see that first game, and I know Bayview. Watching Bayview's game, I saw they play with a lot more heart the first time around. And as you can see, it's 7 minutes left. Obviously, a lot of game left, but you can see that heart starting to come through, and you can see that fight and that grit. Obviously, a team like Bayview being a little outmatched with this Washington team, even though they tied for first place in the City League. They just fought. They scrapped the whole game, and again, that kind of shows you, again, the advantage of being at home and feeding off your home crowd. But again, like I said, as a basketball fan, as a commentator, I want to see a good game. I want to see these guys fight back and get into this game.
Wow.
I believe, like you guys just said, for Bayview, they were at home. They were playing for a City Conference Championship for the first time in 18 years. Bayview could have beat Washington that game, and this game meant more to Washington than a City Conference.
Look at the score, fellas. With Long with 4 fouls, right? So now, not only did he just get a technical, what's the referee watching? That was a big
rebound comes to Martin.
Long's gonna have to really be careful here, man. He's really got to play under control as he turns the ball over. Got to finish here.
That's the second time Bayview goes for the high miss. Looking to get the rebound. Turnover by Bayview. Here comes Washington. Here comes Bayview. McHale misses it. McCray misses the drop. 63-57. Timeout on the floor. Bayview has cut the lead to 6.
It is a long game, fellas.
Hey, and the crowd erupts. Finally, a lot of energy from this crowd. We got ourselves a 6-point game, and this is why everybody showed up at Milwaukee Lutheran on a rainy night in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And the Bayview crowd finally comes to life, as you can see. 63-57. Now, this is what Jose missed that first time when he and I think Jose's going to go over there and get some crowd action over there, but this is what Jose missed out that first game as Bayview was able to kind of come through.
Hey, while we're on a slight break, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsor for the evening, 720 Nightclub, the premium downtown nightclub experience in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
All right, so 6:30 remaining. Both 2 players in foul trouble. One from Milwaukee, Washington. That would be Deontay Long. Bayview, BJ Hintz, he has 4. The press has definitely been working for Bayview in the last 6 minutes of this game.
Trey White has to come get the ball. The ball has to be in his hands. I love Long. I love his decision makings at times. But Trey, you're the point guard. You got to get it. You got to look over the top of these small guards and make plays.
You know what, Jose? I think this is where it comes in with this guy coming in, Trey White coming into the lineup so late. I think DT has been on this Washington team for a long time, and he's somewhat of a leader for this team. So I think that's an interesting dynamic that we'll have to see.
Long goes up, block.
Another turnover from Bayview. 6-point game, 6 minutes left.
Craig, we talk about this every Washington game that we've seen, right? And we talked about as they continue to advance. that 4th and 5th guy, who do you trust in this situation?
Right.
Right?
Long three, no good. Rebound by Long. Not the best shot.
I can guarantee you that the roof comes off this building if he makes that three.
But are we stalling to win? Are we stalling to take the clock down, or are we stalling to win? You know, and there's a difference. If we're stalling to win, what we do is, as soon as some gaps open up, we attack to get to the rim, like there. Boom, there you go.
White goes it, gets the basket to drop. 65-57, 5:17 remaining. Tough pass still. Browns to White. White needs to just hang on to it. He brings it back out. Ball knocked out of bounds. Will stay with Washington.
Keontae.
This is the most life you've seen out of Milwaukee Bayview.
Interesting to see what Washington does down the stretch. Interesting to see whose hands the balls will be in and who gets buckets for them, who turns up for these guys.
And I'll tell you, at some point, what I'm thinking if I'm Coach Thurl is this: who do I foul? I may start to commit a couple fouls. You know, if the wrong free throw shooter is getting it, just to see if we can steal a possession there, I may commit an early foul.
Go to a little hacker shot.
Yeah, maybe on Jimmy Brown, if he catches it, get a quick foul, you know, to see.
Tough three-pointer in the corner. Ball's up in the air, and Bayview with the rebound.
Hey, you got to get something better. They got to get Khalil maybe in the screen and roll, attack that screen and roll. Don't settle, though. Don't settle, fellas.
James Horton, tough shot off the glass.
Oh, wow.
That goes in, 65-59. Good pass to White. Foster with the two hands. 65-59, 4:13 remaining here in the second half. Horton for long three. That's a little short. This James Horton kid was sophomore, and he's not afraid of the moment right now, putting up not the best shot, but you got to give a kid credit for being able to shoot the shot.
But that's not how they got back in the game either. You know, they got back by attacking that paint, getting to the free throw line. But like you said, the kid has made some plays.
Long, foul, go to the line, shooting two.
I think when you get a freight train like Deontay Long bringing the ball up, going coast to coast, you got to be looking to take a charge against that kid. He's got 4 fouls. You got to give your body up and get yourself a charge there.
We haven't seen any charges tonight, if you've noticed. We haven't seen either team take charges, and that's huge. But we have done Washington games in the past, and they have struggled late in games knocking down free throws. So the free throw line is going to become a big part of this game at some point.
Anybody that's played basketball will tell you a charge is just like a block. It's a defensive stop. It gives a foul to another team, and it's a great play on defense.
Foster's second shot is good. That makes it 68-59. 3:58 remaining here in the second half.
9-point game.
Prickett can't make it. Sheldon blocked. Here's White. Passes Ramon. Back to White. White goes up. And Washington gets back up by 11. 3:40 remaining.
They've weathered that storm pretty good.
Tough shot. Rebound. White, Foster. White's there. Pass it to Foster. Foster for another. Two-hand slam. Can't make the shot. In and out. Long three. This Horton kid is not afraid to put it up. Romel Blakely leaks out. Block shot, but Mr. Reliable, John Tate Martin is back there to put it back up. 72-59.
Washington's athleticism just showing to be too much down the stretch here.
That may have been they've weathered that storm by Bayview.
Three-pointers, good. Kaylee McCray silenced the crowd, 72-62. Bayview down 10. You're watching, listening to the Athlete Live. Full timeout, so we'll take a commercial break.
Be on the lookout for more Bobcats, Wisconsin. Bryant and Stratton College's Wiaa campus now offers 15 intercollegiate athletic programs, including esports, starting this fall. Competing in the NJCAA Division II level gives Bryant and Stratton College the opportunity to offer scholarships to student athletes. Learn more about Bobcats athletics at bscbobcats.com. Bryant and Stratton College, opportunities start here.
Welcome back to the Athlete Live here for the WIAA sectional final between Milwaukee Bayview taking on Milwaukee Washington. Bayview down 10, 72-62, 2:47 remaining here in the second half. Backdoor slam to Michael Foster from Dante Long, 74-62.
The ankle looks good.
Horton with another missed shot. I think it's if you're Bayview, you probably want Horton to kind of move the ball, and out Long goes to the basket. Gets his rebound, back up strong. Every time Bayview made a run, Washington came right back with a run of their own to silence it.
DT has just been a man amongst boys out here tonight. Doing it all, throwing lobs, tough rebounds, tough putbacks, boarding, bringing the ball up, doing a little bit of everything.
Trey passes it back to White. White goes up for two. White to Trey. Lob. Foster comes down when he goes back up strong, and this one looks like Washington is going to punch their ticket back to Madison for a third straight year, beating Co-City champs Milwaukee Bayview. Score right now is 80-62. Great effort by Bayview in this last 10 minutes to fight strong for this team. But Milwaukee, Washington.
And you got to give it up to what an excellent job Coach Riley and his staff has done to get to Madison 3 years in a row with all the things they've been through. It's just absolutely outstanding. What a beautiful, beautiful job they've done bringing those guys together. Great job by Hicks throwing down his wager.
The trash talking is beginning already.
So I'm looking forward to Madison and seeing these guys continue to compete. But we don't want to look past any of the other teams that's up there right now. That's punching their ticket tonight as well, because they'll be ready. They'll be ready for the opportunity to play against Nicolay and the opportunity to play against Washington.
Absolutely. I've taken a look at the brackets, and there's still a lot of work to be done until we get that dream matchup. Obviously, with us being from the city, we're very excited about these two teams from right here at home. But we know there's a ton of talent coming to play in state up there at Madison, so we look forward to a lot of good games.
But you want your marquee guys being able to play on the biggest stages. And, we're talking about, Washington, 3 marquee guys. You're talking about some of Nicollet marquee guys. You're talking about some of Brookfield Central marquee guys. You're talking about a lot of teams from down in this area that actually have really, really highly talented individuals as basketball players. I should say as student athletes getting ready to play on that stage.
Right now you see both teams clear their benches, giving some kids some time as Bayview, they have a great class, this senior class, way to go out their senior year. One game short of achieving their goals of going to Madison, but you got to give your hats off to Daryl Long and his coaching staff. Had this Bayview team, came out of nowhere from a sense where everyone knew Washington was going to be good. Hamilton came out pretty tough. but Bayview, to get a piece of that city conference is a huge, huge accomplishment for this team.
Oh, great job by Daryl and his staff as well. Both of these teams represented the city conference extremely well. Hats off to them. Hats off to MPS and everything that they've done.
This Bayview team will finish this season, I believe, 21-4. Phenomenal year for Bayview. As you guys said, just huge shout out to the coaching staff and their team. These guys really give up a ton of time from their families and away from their loved ones coaching these guys. So it's huge, man. Congratulations to Bayview.
Definitely congratulations to Bayview and Milwaukee, Washington. The city conference, to have two teams put in position to make it to state to play this game, bodes well for the city conference. Well, a lot of people thought the conference was down, but teams like Madison, Bayview, Milwaukee, Washington, Hamilton was good, Riverside shows you the depth of the city conference this year. So hats off to everybody at NPS and everybody from watching the athlete all season long as we brought you guys live stream high school basketball games from the start. We start off with the Fresh Coast Classic, and we ending now with the sectional final game as Milwaukee Washington look like they're going to beat Milwaukee Bayview. But we will be in Madison next week to cover the games. Won't be able to stream those games because of WIA rules, but we'll bring you live streams, behind the scenes press conferences of the games, and also we'll have inside the locker rooms of both teams, Nicolay and Washington. So thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the athlete all season long.
Before we get out of here again, I want to thank Craig and thank Jose, being a great host for me as well. Great game tonight.
Is that all, Jose?
Jose.
Yeah, Jose.
Jose. Is that on?
Yeah. All right, so that looks like Milwaukee Washington will prevail with an 87-66 win. And our very own coach, Jose Winston, is going to grab, I think, Mike Foster, as Milwaukee Washington has punched their ticket to Madison as they win 87-66.
Washington has punched their ticket again. Congratulations to Washington and their whole coaching staff.
And so Milwaukee Washington completes their journey of making it back to Madison as they have unfinished business. And now we can kind of talk about it, Joel. The matchup everybody wants to see. Hopefully it's not that first game on Friday. Hopefully both teams are separated so they can meet up and play on next Saturday at the Kohl Center. Nicolay, Milwaukee, Washington. Been talking all season long how great both these teams were. Now they can hopefully settle it on the court.
I mean, this is the first big step. Both of them have now punched their ticket to the state championship, one step closer to the gold ball, and now they put themselves in position to line up and meet. So now we'll just let the cards fall where they may. It would be interesting to see how those sections and how it's organized. If the city allows for two teams from the city to be in the state championship, but be very interesting to see. I'm looking forward to the matchup. Like I said, this should be one of the best matchups the state has seen in a number of years.
So Milwaukee Washington are victorious, 87-66. Jose has to go probably after Washington take their pictures, receive their plaques for being sectional champs for a third year in a row. Coach Freddie Riley's been doing a great job with this program, getting this team in winning position. So Bayview's going to receive their sectional runner-up plaque. I'm not sure if they give out runner-up plaques, but you definitely want to give a hand out to everybody from the Bayview and the Bayview coaching staff. Joe, we appreciate having you the last two games as you stepped into the athlete and I don't want to say broke you into the broadcasting booth, but we love having you these last two games. Hope to have more with you as we go forward with the athlete, as we continue to grow this network live stream. From everyone here, we appreciate you this season.
Absolutely, man. I'm feeling right at home in the athlete, man. I'm looking forward to what the future brings for the athlete with myself, and I'm happy to join the team, man. The athlete's got a really bright future. Obviously, like you said, this year you're working a few of the kinks out, but the potential for the athlete is limitless. Obviously, getting to bring these games live to you in your home is a huge advantage, and I'm glad I could be a part of it.
And this was year one, so sometimes you got to work out the bugs. when you're dealing with anything that's computer, sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't. But for the majority of the season, we did a great job of bringing these games to you guys, and we were just fortunate that you guys tuned in to the Athlete and check out some of the stuff we got coming up, where we're going to expand to do college game days, where we'll cover all the colleges besides Marquette's and the Wisconsin, but all those smaller colleges around the city of Milwaukee. And so from college game day to the high school games and to football, basketball, all sports we want to bring you to that, and also bringing you live programming with the show coming up in the fall. So stay tuned and make sure you stay with us next week, because we will be in Madison for the state tournament Friday, Saturday, bringing you live coverage and streaming it live on the Athlete. So I think our Jose Winston may have finally caught up with somebody.
Craig, something I look at as I'm looking Washington celebrate, man, you just think about it. These are some of the last time some of these guys will strap up and play for an organized basketball team, man. So I really remember my last game. We lost to Vincent, and that was my last high school game. And it marks the end of a very interesting period in your life. So shout out to these young men for coming out and playing their hearts out and having a great season. And hopefully all these young men have very bright futures ahead of them.
Yes, I mean, that's one thing I guess you get reminisce of, that there is a loser sometimes in these games. And, some of these kids won't play organized basketball from a standpoint being part of college. Some kids may move on and go play Division I, II, or III, but it's a privilege to play basketball no matter what level you're on. If you get the opportunity to play outside of high school, because you're representing, you're playing, and it's nothing like playing for a team, whatever sport you is, basketball, volleyball, whatever sport you play. When you get older like we are, you miss those practices to become like, man, I remember practice, or just those moments you had with players. So these kids are going to remember this for a long time. Even if they didn't make it to Madison, they're going to remember this was the most successful program since the 1990-2000 team, when you had the guys like Larry House and you had guys like Brandon Joseph. All right, there you go see it. Milwaukee, Washington received their plaque. And through that mess somewhere is our very own Jose Winston, and he's going to have the player of the game. But once again, Freddie Riley and the whole coaching staff, those guys did an amazing job getting this team ready. So whenever we get the word that they have the players, this is the time where fans, family, friends, they all want to take the pictures. This is the moment that they're going to cherish for a long time. But if you're these kids, if you're Washington High School, this is not what you're celebrating. You want to celebrate next Saturday.
Absolutely.
So this is great to share with the family and the friends that's here. But if you're a player of your coaching staff, you have bigger, loftier goals. Sectional finals are good, but especially for a team like Milwaukee, Washington, this is kind of getting redundant. This is the third year in a row that they've been at this point, won this game to move on to the next level. So I'll expect Freddie Pike and his guys in the locker room pretty soon and talk to his guys and tell his guys, hey, this is just one step to where we want to go, and that's back to Madison and bringing home that gold ball, not the silver ball. We came second last year, kind of like that Kevin Durant type of atmosphere. We're sick of coming in second. Let's see if we can get this championship.
Like you said, Craig, this is just a great time for, everybody that's been along for the ride, the fans, the families, the people that are doing all these pickups after school and all these late nights on Friday nights. This is a time for them to celebrate. But like you said, I think this Washington team, they want to hoist the gold ball this year. So this is just one step, I believe. I'm not sure exactly how many games they need to win a state championship, but this is, at this point now that this game is won, this is a small goal now. This should almost already, obviously these guys will enjoy it tonight and you want to live in the moment, but this is a small step to where they want to be.
All right, I think Winston finally caught up with Mike Foster Jr., our player of the game. All right, Jose, we're ready for you.
Here with Michael Foster. Foster, talk a little bit about the mission. I kept hearing you guys say you guys are on a mission to get back to state. Talk about how it feels to get back to state.
Man, it's been amazing how the coach keep driving us. He keep forcing us. He always talk. He always talk about how we got to get back up there because we went up there last year. We got to get to finish the job, but this year I promise you, we finish the job.
Good. Now talk a little bit. We know you didn't start tonight. We knew your ankle was hurt. You twisted your ankle in the last game. Talk about how your ankle's feeling now.
Jose is doing sideline duties, and that's what the players do to you when you win sectional game. It means a lot for guys who probably haven't won, but for guys like Mike Foster, he just said it.
Well, welcome back. Talk a little bit about how your ankle's feeling and what it took for you to come out here and play tonight.
Man, it's the hungriness. Like, man, I wanted more than probably anybody on my team. I'm the man that's out there got to get the energy and all. Man, this ankle don't feel like it's brand new to me. That's it.
Congratulations, man. Go enjoy yourself with your people, man. Congratulations. Signing off, back to Craig Harden. This is The Athlete.
All right, thank you, Jose. Way to be a professional sideline reporter as your subject was taken off. Mike just said it. This is not new to him. He is the energy guy for this team. He knows what it takes to make it to state now. Now he wants to get everyone else. Trey White hasn't played here in the state of Wisconsin. He hasn't played under Cole Center. Mike Foster has been there, so guys like Long can help White and the rest of his team. But as you see that young man, he's on a mission to win the state championship.
Absolutely. And in the postseason in any sport, no matter what you look at, football, baseball, basketball, it's really about experience. Experience is key, and you'll hear anybody with any experience talk about it. So Mike Foster will go back in. He knows what it feels like to lose a game. He knows what it feels like to lose upstate. So I know that's something they probably started very early, and that is a mission that they started from the very first game. So it's great to see these guys. You can really just see a joy on their face, Craig. And to be at this point in their season for these guys to get upstate, I'm really happy for them. I'm proud of these guys.
Well, so the table is set. Milwaukee, Washington earned their third straight chip to Madison after they beat Milwaukee Bayview 87-66. So what everybody wants to know, what are those brackets going to look like after tonight? Who's seeded first, second, and third? Because that dictates when does Nicolay or Washington play each other. Will it be that first game on Friday night in the Final Four, or will it be Saturday if both teams make it in that championship game Saturday? For everyone here for The Athlete, we want to say thank you for watching this all season long. From the staff, everyone that works behind the scenes, guys like Jose Winston, Andre Hicks, our main man Sean Turn Up Steenbridge, guys like Badu, our very own sideline reporter Giovanna Heath, and other. We want to say thank you guys, and make sure you tune in next Friday. We'll be in Madison for behind-the-scene coverage. And thank you, Joel Tucker, and for you guys for coming on board and helping us bring this WIA sectional final game. So for everyone here, I want to say thank you for watching The Athlete Live. Until next week.
Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams. I'm super magnetic, bring the championship to me. Super with exclusives, hit the link and you can see what it takes to be a top athlete. Coast to coast we going, so to come up you can see. From the court to the field to the track we can meet. Everything exclusive, straight behind the scenes. This the athlete. Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams. Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams. Now let's talk about the athlete. The path is like a track meet. Distractions in the crowd, you gotta master that within thee. Passion in the how, you put it down, then we'll see the difference between the others and the athlete. You must subscribe to Focus, click the link and notice. All the flyers culture, all in sports you know it. We always thinking forward to the biggest moment. Welcome to the show is the athlete. I'm jumping for my dreams. Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams. Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams. Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams. The athlete. Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams. The athlete.